Bunda, bunda, bunda.
Remember the first time I actually went into the shower, and fucking scared, man. Anyone that says they're not scared when their first day of prison, they're lying. I'll tell you why. Because all you know of prison is prison stories of what happens to you when you're sleeping. That's all I know anyway. And I thought that night, man, I'm dead. I'm definitely dead. Stephen Bear is dead. In Chelmsford, he's gone, mate. He's gone. And I remember that morning, this is crazy, yeah? So in the morning, they say to you, I couldn't mix with anyone, couldn't speak to anyone. People knock on my door in the morning, 2 prison officers, and they say, oh, what routine do you want? So I was like, and I looked like a bag of shit as well. So imagine I'm looking ream going to court, yeah? Fresh, hair fresh, dripping, smelling creeded off, yeah? And in the morning, I want to look like an old scarecrow, an old mangy fox. That's how I look like in the morning. All my eyes bloodshot. Imagine night before you're crying, just like it's a mess. It's a proper mess, yeah? And they said to me, Bear, what routine do you want? And I said, routine? I said, what do you mean, routine? He goes, oh, you can go for a walk in the yard, you can have a shower. And I went, yeah. I said, I would like that. Yeah, is that all right? Fuck it, I didn't know what was going on, man. And I remember I went out into the yard for the first time. No, I had a shower first in the morning. So you open up your door, you have a shower. You've got 30 minutes to have a shower and go in the yard. Because I'm a high profile case, each inmate who's on like A category, you get 30 minutes a day. Because you got to do me, someone else, someone else, someone else, someone else. Do you know what I mean? And I already got 30 minutes. So that was for the first, say, 3 weeks. I was only allowed that myself for 30 minutes a day, yeah? And that was to have a shower and stand in the yard. And I remember the first shower I had, they locked me in this room. Shower didn't even work properly. And I see prison pants on the floor, prison tracksuits on the floor. And I thought people were going to try and bash me up in the showers. So I was showering the whole time, my eyes are open. I'm waiting for a fight, basically. And I just thought, oh, fucking hell. So every day you wake up, you're thinking, is today going to be the day that I'd have to have a fight? And it won't just be one person. In my head, I'm thinking I've got to do everyone. So like, I've given myself up for a fight every day. And my first shower, no one was allowed in there. When you finish a shower, you got to knock on the door for the prisoner to let you out. And I remember having a shower some days, and as I was showering, people were looking through the window. Bear, legend. Bear, you're dead. I was getting a mixture of you're dead and you're legend, and I'm going to get stabbed. It was like a mixture of 3 things I was getting every day. So either a legend, yeah, I'm dead, or I'm getting wetted up, they said, in the shower. So, you know, I don't know what, my head was like brilliant. It's easily done in prisons. I can tell you so much what went on. It is frightening. And but yeah, to be fair, it was alright. It was like, I didn't really see anyone for the first 3 weeks because everyone was locked away when I went into prison. But I wasn't allowed out my cell. I had a little TV, dusty TV, bruv. The channel just didn't really work. But I was watching myself on telly. So imagine the first day I got to prison, I'm watching myself go into prison on the first day. And all the prisoners have got nothing to do apart from watch TV. So they're all watching me come into prison, and now I'm in their prison. And now I know they're on their phones going, Bear, say hello to my missus. Say hello to my missus. And then, yeah, but I really thought I was dead. And it's a very surreal feeling thinking, it's just the way I've got to go out. Like I'm going to die in the showers. Brilliant. Of all the ways for me to go, not like a shootout or something quite cool and edgy. No, in the showers, dead in prison. But didn't really go like that. Really, it was actually all right. And after 3 weeks, I got to mix with people, made friends, and then I was in Chelmsford for 3 months. It's a remand prison, it's called. And then I moved on to Brixton. But in Chelmsford, they don't give you luxuries like an Xbox or PlayStation or anything like that. You can get them, But I felt like in Chelmsford, the prison officers are a lot more strict than Brixton. My friend used to lend me a DVD player to watch DVDs. And then when the prison officers knew I had a DVD player sometimes, they would confiscate my DVD player. So petty. It was very, very petty. They certainly got one up on me. But in Brixton, it's a lot more lenient. Right, what was the difference between two prisons? Good question, Cher. So, I was mixing. I was allowed out a lot more in Brixton. So in Chelmsford, I was allowed out for 30 minutes per day. Sometimes 40 minutes per day. 45 minutes, per day. In Brixton, I was allowed out near enough the whole day. It depends if it's like something called lockdown, if someone was naughty or they're doing tests or something. Majority of the time, I was allowed out all day. You can mix with more prisoners, your doors unlocked more, but I see a lot more stuff go on. So I see a lot more people taking drugs, a lot more people selling drugs. I've seen people get attacked numerous times in Brixton. I've seen someone get, not like the classic kettle water over your head. I've seen that. And now the worst one was, I've seen someone get stabbed in Brixton prison on the weight bench, doing bench press. That was pretty, that was pretty scary, to be fair, because I watched it happen in front of my eyes, and I was like, shit, man. That's how easily you can get stabbed. No one cares about you in there. You just get taken to segregation, and you got to stay away from everyone, which is a lot more lonely. It's called seg. You go down to seg. If you get really badly hurt and attacked, you go into segregation, which is underneath the prison, depending on what prison you're at. But you're away from everyone, but it's a very more depressing way of life. So the trick is, when you're going to prison, is to get on more of everyone and just chill out. And lucky for me, a couple of occasions that I did get a bit like, if I didn't say anything, I would look stupid. And if you don't say anything in prison, people think they can take the piss. So you've got to kind of stand your ground in some certain situations. But I feel like if you're just a normal person and you don't bitch about anyone, and you don't gossip about anyone, you just get on with your business, you get left alone. If you walk around like you're a bad man in prison, you're causing yourself big problems. Very big problems. That's my own advice. If you're going to go to prison, just keep yourself to yourself. But I wouldn't recommend it's a place to go whatsoever. Visits in prison was quite strange. Like seeing your family for the first time. In like a little room with all other prisoners. It's like how you watch on the telly. You're given like red bibs to put on. And you just sit there. At the time, I didn't shave in prison, did I? So I didn't really look at myself in the mirror sometimes. And because the mirror this is strange, it's not a real mirror. It's like you're looking at yourself, it's distorted. So I just thought I'd just grow my beard out, grow my hair out. And I'm talking to my family like a different person. And obviously I'm thinking differently because prison is so messed up, you don't think properly. And it's definitely a part of my life. I'm glad. The only upside, I think I said it on yesterday's stream, I think the only upside of me going to prison was chopping away all the dead wood I had around me, all the leeches, hanger-oners, all the fake people. And now I'm living my life, whole new life with people I can actually really trust and really depend on if anything really bad happens, you know what I'm saying? So, how often did your family visit? So, for the first 3 months, I didn't have a visit with my family. Only my fiance come at the time. And that was after 1 month, you get once time per week. So, I'll see my girlfriend, or fiance it was at the time, once per week. And then, when I went to Brixton, you get to have a visit twice per month. So 2 times per month. So it was good. It was alright. And on your visits, they can buy you food, like a bit of chocolate or a can of fizzy drink. They can buy you some food to make you feel a bit more relaxed, but it's long. Like, it's just, prison is just long, but it's the system, because when you finish prison, you get half of your time inside, half your time outside. So when you was outside, I've had to sign a bit of paper every week to say I haven't gone abroad, and you got a load of rules that you got to do. So, but it also gives you an experience not many have. In many ways, this is a great character development many people lack. This is the thing. Good one, Pugman. Listen, since I've been 17, 18, I've always travelled around the country. So I've actually witnessed third world poverty in like Thailand, and it's very poverty. Okay, so I appreciate just having a clean home with a clean bed, and I appreciate things a lot. And when I didn't have money, when I was roofing, and then when I come into a lot of money, I spent it, and I spent the money on the wrong people, you know. So when this situation happened to me, I thought I had a lot more friends than I did. And I learned the hard way that I didn't really have any friends. Stephen Bear had no friends. I even broke up with my fiance, and that was my best friend at the time. I even broke up with her while I was in prison. So it's like, who do you really trust, you know? But there's a couple of real ones. I got a couple of messages on letters sent into prison, and it gave me a mindset of like, now I'm going to be a lot more selfish with things and putting myself first a lot more. And when you do that, that's how I met my girlfriend. I met her in a gym. I didn't think much of it. I just thought she was looking fit, didn't want a bird. And then things have happened. You know, now I'm in Brazil, living with her mum. And now I just put a deposit down on a brand new apartment with his own gym, pool, football court. And at one point in my life, I had nothing. I had everything taken from me. Everything you can imagine I had taken from me, and everyone laughed. And I thought to myself, don't worry, because I'll get it all back. I will make it happen. And everyone says, Stephen Bear, you're poor. How do I eat? That's, you know what I mean? I'm eating, but I'm working hard. But it's sad, man, because I was in a position at one point in my life where I could treat a lot more people that I wanted to treat, and it stopped me from doing that. So for 5 years, it stopped me from really working, and it's just sad, man. Like I shouldn't have to go through that. Like, why comes that can't happen to people that are bad people? Why has that got to happen to me? And then why has people got to say such bad things about my name? I don't deserve that. And it happened, whatever. And now I'm in Brazil, just living my life. And I'm a lot more happier, of course. Well, it's crazy what way life goes, and it's how you handle life. If you let life put a hold over you and make you depressed, it can really make you depressed. But it all depends what situation and what environment you're in.
Bunda, bunda, bunda. 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 In the club, shake that bunda. Come to my table, shake that bunda. Don't be